Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. LeFevre here. I hope you're having a great day. Briella West requested that I read this book. It's called SnoozeFest by Samantha Berger and illustrated by Kristyna Litten. Boys and girls, a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of students request books, and this was one of the requested books. So here we go. This is brand new. Just got it from Amazon. Oh, beautiful book. Look at these pictures already. SnoozeFest at the Nuzzle Dome. Blankets and pillows optional. This might be a good book to read before you go to sleep. In the center of Snooville dwells the wee one, the sleepiest sloth, Snuggleford Cuttlebum. Now that Sloth can sleep for a month at a go, the few times she rises, she moves in slow-mo. There's only one thing that can disrupt her rest. The day has arrived when she goes to SnoozeFest. This is the place where the best sleepers go to snore their way through this naptacular show. The bus picks her up right in front of her home, Nuzzle Dome, and takes Scluffy Street to the great Nuzzle Dome. The Nuzzle Dome. They punch her snooze ticket. Her hand gets a stamp. She scopes out the scene for the best place to camp. All the best sleepers in Snoozeville are there, like wildcats and wombats and koala bears and brown bats and squirrels and giant armadillos, all of them holding their blankets and pillows. It's dreamy to see the stuff everyone brings, their wumpiest, coziest, comfiest things. Bundles of blankets and fluffed feather beds, puffy poofed pillows to prop up their heads. Blankets with nicknames like Nit Nit and Nighty, Lank Lank and Wooby and Baba and Bitey, Softy and Snuggly and Lolly and Diddy, Pinky and Minky and Gunk Gunk and Gigi. Some of the blankets are in mint condition, others collectible rare first edition. Some are so old they're all tattered and torn. This sloth has had hers since the day she was born. While some choose a tent or a tree or a nest, Snuggleford Cuttlebun likes hammocks the best. Inside of her fort, she carves out a small nook and stashes her journal and best bedtime book. Her book says, Big Bears, Big Sleep. Once Snuggleford's settled, she strolls through the stands for posters and t-shirts and swag from the bands. She buys milk and honey and takes it to go, crawls back to her spot just in time for the show. The evening starts off with a PJ parade, the most stylish sleepwear that's ever been made. The famous designers behind the best dressed give SnoozeFest pajamas to all of the guests. Then all the big spotlights dim down in the dome and everybody turns on their nightlight from home. Snoozillions of lights twinkling bright in the dark, a peaceful, warm feeling comes over the park. The first SnoozeFest band slowly climbs up on stage. The fans whoop it up for the chamomile rage. One plucks the harp while the other counts sheep. In the midst of the first song, the crowd's half asleep. The snoozers yawn deeply, yet still clap for more. The second act's also a guarantee to snore. A poet named Burroughs recites a haiku and imitates rain with his didgeridoo. Then comes a lineup of classical bands who play until only the flautist still stands. The nocturnal nesters, the quiet quartet, tranquility trio, and drowsy duet. These are the best bands for deep relaxation, followed by sweet dreams and deep hibernation. Snuggleford Cuttlebun sleeps through it all, tucked in her hammock, rolled into a ball. Snuggleford Cuttlebun smiles in her lair. She's dreaming of flying a sloth in mid-air. At times she will whisper, "Man, this is the best." It's all that she wanted from this year's SnoozeFest. This kind of concert is just too tire-rific, dreamy, delicious, and so soporific. Several days later, the SnoozeFest was done. Several days later, the SnoozeFest is done. And who's still asleep? Why, it's Miss Cuttlebun. She's tired and groggy and loggy and lazy. She's drooly and foggy and dusty and hazy. By now, Snuggleford's had quite enough. So she picks up her trash and packs up her stuff. The bus picks her up at the Great Nuzzle Dome and drops her back off right in front of her home. Snuggleford Cuttlebun climbs back in her bed. She's conked out, exhausted, a sloth sleepy head. She puts on her SnoozeFest sleep mask souvenir and says, "Thank you, SnoozeFest. I'll see you next year." Well, look at that. That's a great book. I liked it because it made me tired. So this might be a good book to listen to before you go to bed. Boys and girls, I hope you have a great day. And thanks for the recommendation from Briella. And hope you have an awesome day, boys and girls. We'll talk to you later. Bye.